Listen to it. Everybody.
What you got to understand is, like, this guy's not picking on you because he hates you.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Relax. Listen now.
He wants this thing to be great, and if you are a bump in the road that's hampering the rest of the ensemble, he's going to let you know about it.
My name is Vipal Monga, and I'm the director of a film called Black February. It's a documentary about the jazz legend Lawrence D. Butch Morris. It's an East Village institution who did a series of 44 concerts in 28 days in February 2005. My film documents the concerts, but also explores with him his musical technique and the questions, deep questions he's asking about the nature of music and the creative process. What ended up being a pretty marvelous sort of exploration of Butch's technique. He has a technique he calls conduction, which allows him to conduct live improvisations with musicians. But really what it is it's more than a form of music making. It really is an exploration of what it takes for each person to make music. And often that involves confronting or a confrontation, in Butch's words, between Butch and the musicians, and we caught a lot of that.
Because I'm asking for a human feeling. And in many cases, that's a very difficult thing to ask for, especially on the spot. Give me, you know, it's confrontational in many ways, because I'm asking you to give me musically or sonically something that's actually very close to you. But people don't see it like that. Music is something like that, but music's not something like that. Music is something like this.
On very superficial level, it's the story of those concerts, those 28 days, and how those concerts came together. But really, that's not what attracted me to making the film. What attracted me was the exploration of the questions that Butch was asking. What is music? What goes into making music? And it's the questions that he asks all the time. So the film really is an attempt to sort of bring the audience along into a deeper and deeper understanding of music, the way it works, and how it works. We did that through using Butch as sort of the main vehicle for that exploration. Well, you know, asking the question like, what is the meaning of music, is sort of like asking what's the meaning of a flower. There's no real answer to that question. The fact that some people are asking the question, I think, is really important, because it forces them to sort of analyze this thing that we take for granted in a really different way. You know, a lot of the people I've talked to after they've watched the film say they've come away from it with a real appreciation for how music in a different way than they thought of it. A lot of them too are also attracted to Butch's real deep understanding of the creative process, how artists come together to make a work. And I think that's really touches a chord with a lot of people.
And the more you up the ante, the more I up the ante. The more I up the ante, the more you up the ante. Do you understand what I mean? And that is the dialogue.
Yeah, we had a full house pretty much. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of musicians came. You know, I have friends in quite a few different bands, and a lot of them were here. And feedback was great. I mean, like I said, people really react to different things in the film. The musicians themselves, I think, really react to what Butch is trying to do, because I think they kind of groove with him on that level. A lot of the generally creative people I know, the artists or whatnot, really like how he goes about making the music, because it makes them really think about their own creative process in a different way. And the non-musicians or non-artists I've talked to just kind of get a kick out of how irascible Butch can be at times, about, you know, just getting a glimpse of sort of a New York counterculture that they don't often see. I mean, this creative music scene, which is so big and vibrant in New York, has kind of slipped into the underground. And this film really gives them a view into that.
I mean, surely on the camera someplace, in all the filming you've done, you've seen the look in some of those people's eyes. And some of it comes from fear. Some of it comes from passion, pure expression. I mean, it can come from almost any place. But there's fear in that. In some of this footage, I know there's fear. Because you're asking a lot of somebody, and you're asking them to do it on the spot.
And publicly.
And publicly.